question. I wonder how we were going to try to remember. We were kind of going over it. So everything's easy until they stand up.
Yeah.
And they do that shake when they're almost like,
they're coming out. Yeah. The head comes down and they come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do I stop that?
So because when this happens, you're looking for the arm bar, right?
Yep.
And they're trying to connect their head to their arm and go right there, right?
I can't get down. He doesn't. I can't get the arm bar in time.
Yeah. So when you see this start to happen, this is when I need to put a bend in the arm. This is what I was talking about before. So if you allow my arm to go straight, even if you throw your leg over my head, in that motion, that's that like rip out point, right? Because I've been caught there quite a bit too.
Yep.
So my answer to that has been either bend the arm excessively down, and now watch.
Okay.
You see, I can't. Or the one that I've been doing, which I've ended up catching him in a couple times, is I bend it this way, and this way is way worse in my opinion. Like, I literally can't move, man.
That makes sense.
So I'm going from like them trying to pull out of a tunnel to them pulling a curved object out of a tunnel. So it's a matter of knowing that they're going to start doing that and bending their arm around one of the hips.
If I stay here long enough, they advance to the belt.
Yeah, they all get here and they start ripping out. Yeah, you bend that. Yes, the pressure there and the pressure here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Okay.
Can you not, well, if he steps up on that foot, it's a different deal. But, right, if we're here, the second I come up on that foot, can you not underhook that?
I do.
But if he doesn't pin the wrist around the hip, people will pull their head like straight through that gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Because you've done it to me. I've underhooked you and I've been pulling tight.
Jaime's brother did it to me.
And that's right there,
Yeah.
Especially when we're slippery. It's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to create a friction. It's the same thing with the arm drag. You can't walk up to a slippery person and just drag a straight arm. You can't. Wrestlers that are really strong might be able to because they know the mechanics a little better, but I have to push forward. I'm giving that wrap around push position where they can't move.
Where do you normally go with your back? You try to do that without it easy. Get here. Not no way. Working on that. And you swing inside the back again.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm hooking that, so I'm creating the angle. And so what you said, I'm doing the extend away to pinch.
You're actively doing this.
Yeah. Really extend your.
And I think I'm trying to do this too much and leaving that space.
Yeah, behind your shoulder.
Yeah, extend your heels.
Yeah.
That's what it. Okay.
And then you can throw. Yeah, your leg's now activated. You can just throw it over the top.
So that in combination with that, super tight.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm here and I'm trying to extend away. Right here, you should extend your ankles to the sky and then throw this leg over. Yeah. You see that? There's that millisecond where when that leg starts to come over, I'm trying to get out. That extension holds my tricep. I'm like,
and that feels a lot better. Why didn't think about that? I can stop everything except for that. That was the weakness.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, his brother was doing, he was a good job at it. He does like this thing where he keeps you up.
Yeah, and then he rips his head out from there. Yeah.
I was like, what in the world? He did really good at that. Okay. Got it. Really noted.
Yeah. Sunday, how we had our comp class and we were doing a lot of half guard stuff. I was trying to think of where the downside was to doing that style, the two ways that Gordon gets past the knee shield, right? So he's got the one where you move your leg back, grab, stand him up. Now I'm inside, right? Now you can take the knee cut position, right? Or start something else. And then the one that I've been using more, which is just planting here, and then I just hip switch, and then I end up getting it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I was like, well, what even is the downside of standing? And I realized this when I went against you. I did it twice. 2 times I didn't learn my lesson. Where I went like this, and the second I did this, and I went to go stand, you underhooked the leg. And I was like, I was like, okay, so there's a couple battles happening here, but for the most part, for a half guard, most people have some type of knee shield in the way, right?
Yeah.
But I can't just, because now he won. Like he won the battle already because now he's got the underhook on the leg, and now he's playing deep half, he's playing all that. And I was just thinking about that at home. I was like, I don't think I ever really pay attention to controlling this side of their body because I'm always like underhook, 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 underhook. That I'm like, even if I get here, I'm like, cool. And then like, now they've got the leg again. So whether it's doing this or that, I've been doing this now as a thought process instead of just moving the legs. Because same thing when people start doing this type of passing.
Yeah.
Spin around. When people start doing this type of passing, the downside to this is you have no upper body control unless you're in gi and you grab that. You grab that collar tie here doesn't really work in no gi. But this is easily stopped when you feel them do this, and then you just immediately dive like with them, and now they don't have. They need to be like back here on you to crush through it and then to crawl up. But I felt it. I went here, and then people would like crunch in and underhook and like collar tie me at the same time. Yeah, like that. And I can't. I don't have it anymore because I didn't control this space first. You know what I mean? Like it's this arm is the one that's been giving me all the trouble in half guard. It's not this arm, even though that's the one I pass it with. That's the one that blocks me. Right? Like that's how you get kimuras. That's how you dive for leg locks. That's how. That's the hand you get up on to have an actual half guard like elbow post. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Like that's the hand that gives me all the issues, not this one. He can underhook me all he wants. If he's not up on his elbow, I don't care. Right? The second he's controlling on his elbow and onto his hand, now it's dangerous. But the second I have this is not that dangerous anymore. I can just lay flat on him, and now I'm like that's the one that's giving me the issues.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about it like I never pay attention to that. I'm always like, knee shield, that arm, knee shield, that arm, knee shield, that. I'm going to start focusing on that arm. At least being aware of what's happening with it rather than just. Yeah, exactly. you can post in their armpit, you can just bicep tie, you can just do the. Yeah.
I'm really focusing on that top half position, shoulders on the mat, spine out of alignment.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Because and that takes, if I'm doing that, like you're saying, this arm gets taken out of the equation because if the shoulders are on the mat, they can't.
It's back. They can't use it. Yeah.
I'm trying to do that Renato smash from half guard.
Yep, that's the one I've been doing too. I don't know if you've noticed, but you have to pull them in and curl their body like this. I don't know if you've been doing that or not. Yeah. When you smash. And you win the underhook and the crossface, you have to hold their upper body still and walk your lower body till it can't move anymore. And now I'm like, okay, I can't move anymore. Now you take your outside leg and it's a free butterfly hook. That's how Renato did it. At least that's how he did it when he was crushing us with it.
I've been doing that too.
Yeah.
And like I say, it took me a minute because the first few times I tried it, I'd start to walk around and they'd spin with it.
Yeah, you just spin with it. Yeah, you gotta clamp and then be like, okay, you're not moving from right there. And then you put that butterfly hook in right there.
I can see it. Yeah.
So this is saying I've already beaten this and I've already beaten this. I'm here. Our spines are in a line right now. Right. So when I go to do this, you can be all tight and it's hard. So I want to hold your head and everything like on a line like this and walk you up. See that? And now I'm out this way for free, kicking through. I'm like I'm trying to reach for it. Right here, and I'm just bringing your leg up to it, and now my foot's in the gap. Yeah, it's like I'm walking your legs to where I'm going to put my butterfly hook anyway.
Same, and we did this with the private Renato, right? But the same concept as, if I come here and I want to tripod up, but I sweep people all the time
because
when they tripod up,
yeah,
because they leave me space to pull this out, get a butterfly hook, and take them over.
Absolutely.
So. Like you're saying, I get here and I really control this and I'll drop the hips down.
Yeah, and then walk and hold their head still. And there it is, yeah. And now you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All that holding that head still.
Yeah. What a detail.
And it plays into a lot of the other passes I do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the more we make things the same, the easier they are.
I don't know how many times you used the Gordon Ryan half guard pass where you take the near side underhook. Probably not often because it's not ever really like shown. But I do all the time because of my long ass arm. Have you seen it before? You take the near side instead of the far side underhook. You take the near side one. Yeah, it sucks. So I'm not gonna fully do it because it literally crushes your back. But so when we're in half guard, usually we all fight for this, right? Let's say you win this underhook and you're up on your elbow, right? That's exactly what I want. So what I do is I put my chin here and I reach in as far as I can and I gable, and then I pick you up and set you down and I post on my head, and I just crush right here, and you just sit here.
God, that sucks.
Yeah, because I don't let go of my grip, so it pulls your back off the mat like that. Yeah, and Gordon, so that's doing it like this. When you do it like this, your wrist bone just sits in the center of their back and they can't move. And that was just me here. Usually when you go here, that's when it's bad. So yeah, he wants to go there, but he puts his chin on theirs and then wraps his arm deep in the underhook and then just clamps and lifts him off the mat and just. It's so stupid, man.
Interesting.
Yeah. I did it a couple times yesterday because I was tired. I was like. And then I just like lay on people and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Pass that guard.
I'm so glad AGF doesn't do advantages. Or if they do, it's just like strong submission. I have to look and see the rules.
Yeah.
But it seemed like all of my matches, instead of, especially my first gi match, if it had gone to ref decision at the beginning of the match, I'd had it. Because I was the aggressor, I had gone for submission attempts, right? But the second, I get them in my closed guard, and over here, whatever, you start pushing that leg down, and I go, okay, I gotta work this out, and I'll get back in. You should have an advantage. You went from closed guard to half guard.
Yeah, that's lame.
And now, my first match. I mean, that's what started the chain. Is it's a 5-minute match, so now there's 2 minutes left,
and no incentive for him to go for submissions because he's got the win.
And I'm down an advantage because he went to half guard
instead of closed.
And so I have to now open up my game to try to do something, despite the fact that I've been the aggressor match.
Yeah, that's lame. AGF gave me, I get advantages all the time at AGF for my stupid submission attempts. Like, I'll finish matches with like 5 or 6 advantage because I have so many submission attempts. Yeah, but that's lame though. I think if you get a submission hold and they end up escaping, it probably should be an advantage. If it was an actual attempt at a submission, I had locked into platas and triangles all the time, and people got them. So
the only advantage that I think anybody got for a submission attempt
was that wrist lock.
Wrist lock.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong, but I did my, where I give up my back and go for that arm. And maybe it was just, we're old men and things pop and creep, but I swear I felt a little pop in his elbow.
Yeah.
No advantage, no.
Yeah. That dude that I tried Kimura in the tournament, I just kept trying to go for the Kimura on him, but with his stupid flexion of shoulders. When I changed to the Danaher armbar, his elbow popped. And I was like, guess I gotta choke you, but then there was 20 seconds left in the match and one time.
But that's the thing too. The guy that wrist locked me, he had been trying to wrist lock me. That was his 4th or 5th attempt at it.
Oh yeah.
It's all based off of if I react. So if I just keep and pretend like it doesn't bother me, no advantage. It's only if I react. And the only reaction I had was I pulled guard.
Isn't there another one with the gable grip like that? Is it,
The other way.
yeah, I was like,
It's
is it
like
the other way?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
this way.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that way. That way is tight. Man, I saw a video of a bigger dude do that to somebody who was lower weight and just like, he broke the dude's ankle. Like, he did it so fast and the guy was just, he was playing like a loose knee shield and half guard. He just locked it and it was over.
That's
Like,
what I learned. I used to stop the last level of shield.
yeah,
When I throw it over,
yeah.
just catch it. I don't remember the name of that one, but
Winslow.
Linslock? Lin or Lin?
Lens.
Lins.
Middle of lens.
Oh, really? I thought, or I heard Dean say it a long time ago called the corkscrew lock, but that sounds, yeah. So, but that makes sense though. That a person popularized it, and
Yeah. Like I said, he literally gave me the shirt off his back.
I know.
Yeah.
Rolly.
Rolly. Yeah.
Because I was wearing the one Master Tavares gave me, and it's got the red sleeve. And I walk up to check in, and the guy's like, "What are you, a red belt?" What are you talking about? But, so anyway, like they wanted to let me compete in that wrestling. So I had this one, but I figured if that one, which had one red sleeve,
Yeah, yours has two big red things on it.
yeah, that they wouldn't let me wear this one either. So I went over to Bruno. I'm like, "Hey, you know if anybody's got a rash guard I can borrow?" And like, Molly done competing. She's like, "Oh, I got this blue," and like and Raleigh had just stepped off the mat and come back around. He's like, "Raleigh, give Mike your rash guard." Pulls it off and hands it to me.
Nice. Can't wait. Is that the one you're talking about? 20%? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Apparently it's 10%, not 20. I don't know. That's what the guy said.
So 10% of the whole color of the shirt.
Apparently,
How do you measure that, first of all?
yeah. Well, I'm a gringo black belt, so.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I fully get it. I understand that when we do IBJJ stuff. There's some bias there.
I watched them give, I want to say it was a blue belt, merciless grief because he was wearing Origin.
I can't wear Origin.
You can, but the weave was different. So they gave me grief about that. Some of the pants have the buckle instead of the drawstring. They gave me grief about that. I mean, it was almost the point, like, because he was close to my size, I was ready to pull my extra D out and just hand it to him and be like, "Dude, this is ridiculous."
It's a blue belt. Yeah.
It's a blue belt. I mean, yes, there have to be standards, yes, but really? My rash guard's got too much red?
If it doesn't affect the competition, who cares? It's not going to make you roll any better. Who cares? That's stupid. Man.
And apparently, like your shorts, you could wear, but you'd have to sew the pockets shut.
That makes sense. For
Yeah,
safety,
yeah.
I get that. But how your gi is woven, who cares?
Have you seen? There's like old competition footage of Jeff Glover and like Gio Martinez, and Jeff wears like a regular tank top, like it's loose.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh no!
there's no way they'd allow that today.
Well, some tournaments still do. I mean,
That's
people
crazy.
show them T-shirts,
I,
no
I-
shirt.
Yeah.
Can you no shirt in IBJJ?